All right. All right, mute yours. I can hear you. Huh? Oh God, it's so cold here. All right, what is the temperature here? I'm curious.
Probably down to 30s now.
Oh, why would you say that?
43.
43. That's why I'm dying.
But it's gonna drop very, very quick.
Hello, everybody. We're in Tulsa, and I'm freezing. All right. Somebody give me a comment. Let me know that you can hear me. Oh, never mind. Wendy is right there, and she could hear it. You know, I'd pull my hoodie off, but I can't. I can't breathe half. I'm gonna give just a minute for everybody to kind of, a few people to get in here, and then we'll do some introduction and explain why we're here and why we've got that in the back. You're like, oh, you only do GM. I still only do GM. He does those. Oh man. Oh, look who it is. What up, man? All right. Oh God. All right. Tell me when you're ready. What if I freeze? Do you just like push me over?
Yeah, I'll push you over. I'll take over from there.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have heaters in a dyno room.
Just so you know, there is a heater down there. It's still not enough.
Yeah.
I'm still freezing. And yes, I have a blankie for good reason. All right. Good enough. You ready? All right. So, thank you for tuning in. I'm here with, I say Aniel. He said, did you mess that up? It said, don't step up. All right. Oh, our Wi-Fi was getting, all right. So if we lose Wi-Fi, just bear with us. We're going to get this right. We are in the middle of nowhere. But we're here with Aniel. Is that right? Did I get it? From AP Racing. He, I was referred to him from a buddy, JD, same guy that hooked us up with Unique Customs. And I wanted to come out here and do a little podcast, but I thought maybe we'd switch it up a little bit tonight and do, oh yeah, I'm looking at the computer. We switch it up tonight and kind of do the podcast live. So if we make mistakes, too bad. We're already here and you get to see it all. We're going to talk about his, obsession with these cars. Looking through YouTube, I see videos back like 17 years ago of him racing. I'm hoping it's not the same car. I don't, no. But yeah, but 17 years ago, making passes down the track, and obviously he's gone significantly faster since then, or at least we hope so. But I wanted to hear his story. He's also from, I don't want to say it, you say it.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, see, sounds so much cooler when he says it. I don't. I just, I say Puerto Rico. I can't roll that R. I also don't know Spanish. I'm working on that.
Awesome.
So that's kind of a issue we're working through. Anyways, I wanted to hear his story. You guys are going to come along and hear his story, and I'll stop talking from here. I'll sit here and freeze, and let's hear. So where did it start? And and when I say that, I mean like, why cars? Why cars in general? Is it just because of where you come from?
Yeah, well, it's like
ingrained.
Like a culture down there, and back in 1990, 91, I was already street racing and messing with cars, and actually my first car was like a Datsun Nissan, the 240Z. That's how I learned, because my dad would not help me fix it.
No.
Yeah, so I had to do everything myself, and
So was it like a family thing that was in the cars, or is it just you?
Cars.
Because my dad's not into cars either, and I don't know why I went down this path. I think I blame my brother Damien the most.
Yeah.
But also just wanting to go fast for some reason.
Yeah.
But so is that where you started in the Nissan stuff? And obviously you didn't continue the Nissan stuff.
Exactly. Then a couple years later, the Honda scene was just street racing back home. I mean, it was just Hondas everywhere. And in '95, ended up getting a little Honda Civic, brand new. Started
geez.
modding the hell out of it.
Did you keep a single cam or did you get
Yeah,
a?
it was single cam. I was right there, getting this turbo kit made, and I was already 20, in my 20s. Got my woman pregnant, and I had to hold off.
Know
on
that, Ron. Got a bunch of them things.
Yeah. But yeah, so I have an aunt that was up here in Oklahoma. She's like, you're about to have a baby, you want to come check it out,
To Tulsa.
Yeah.
And you were like,
Well,
did you know that the weather's like this here?
I didn't know it was this bad. I honestly, the first year, I'm like, no, this ain't gonna be for
Right.
me. But it was like, once I was here, it was like really hard to, like, I don't know, break away again. It was kind of weird. I got stuck here.
Jeez.
But yeah, I kind of skipped over a few things. I was working at a Mitsubishi dealership.
Okay.
Out there in Ponce, and
Yeah, he's from the south side, so where it's super hot.
Yeah.
But it is beautiful there. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
And my aunt and my sister was already up here, and she's like, there's a couple of Mitsubishi dealerships. You may want to hit them up. And they were ecstatic that they were really needing some good techs. And
Oh, so you just transferred?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you were a Mitsubishi tech. That's where it got you then.
Yeah, I was a Mitsubishi tech, but I had the Honda back home. But when I came up here, I started, I don't know. It's just you run into these deals over here. Like, I think that was part of why I kind of got stuck here. I'm like, wait a minute, like, is it this easy to like?
The easier access to things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people are like, man, you really can't get a lot of stuff there. I'm like, yeah, you can get what you need.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is easier to get stuff here, which is probably why our cars are here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't beat the weather. It doesn't beat the family, nature of the family atmosphere.
When I retired.
But yeah, I mean, and the allure. Obviously, this was, when did you move out here?
96.
Yeah, so that was prime, prime time for Mitsubishi. Those cars were already kicking ass. And then when did the Evo 8 come out?
In
2003
in the
2003.
US.
Okay, yeah.
In the US,
yeah, and that car is just I'd like an Evo 9 MR.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
But
I had one. I just sold it last month.
I couldn't afford it anyways. Not yet. But yeah, I was always a big fan of the DSM stuff. But like I told you before, it's just they break a lot. Yeah. But so you were working at the dealer, you didn't have a car yet.
No, but I ran into a customer where they, I guess, overheated it. It was a front wheel drive DSM turbo and everything. And I'm like, maybe this is gonna be my next car. And boom, I talked to the guy and ended up snatching it from him, and I ended up building that car as a drag car later on.
The front wheel drive one?
Yes, I actually it took off from there. Like I was actually #2 in the nation back then, back in '99, 2000 era.
Jeez, what were you tuning these things on?
Haltech.
Really?
Also Tech helped me out. So yeah, shout out to Also.
That's
way
cool.
back. Yeah.
Yeah, I know when we talked to Tony from TV1 Performance in Puerto Rico, he's like, yeah, we used to have this computer that he's like, you just pick it up right off of the crank pulley. He's
wow.
He's like, you just pick that up and then it just injects the fuel and you just start going from there.
Wow,
it's very, very simplistic, but I forget what he called it. But it was crazy the things they had to do to kind of get those cars tuned. And I guess I didn't even know Haltech goes back that far.
Yeah.
But
it was a pretty basic. I even forget the name. It was pretty basic, but I mean, we had 8 injectors, full alcohol.
Y'all run alcohol back then?
Yes.
Like methanol or?
Yeah, methanol.
Yeah, I was about to say 85
Yeah.
wasn't big yet.
No. And
This dude was running methanol back then. Jesus.
yeah, I'm telling you, I've been so close to like, I don't even know how to word it, but like big time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And with that car, we would have been number one. But back then, we were limited with the parts. You know? And
Was that so? Just built motor, built out of whatever you could get, or
yeah, built motor, BJ cylinder heads. Back then, I'm not sure if you ever heard that name.
I haven't.
He was pretty popular back then. He was sponsoring a lot of these cylinder heads, and he was also making the sheet metal intake manifolds. And we're testing them out on my car.
How many did you blow up?
The
Manifolds.
No.
Okay, so y'all weren't
Never.
running that much boost.
40. Back then was 40 pounds. Yeah.
Back when.
That's small for Puerto Rico.
Yeah. We've recently learned that 100 is where you start.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, even then, 40 pounds back when the resolution was square wave.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah. Back in 99, 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we were pretty ahead. And
What kind of times did that thing run front wheel drive?
so check this out. We put it on the dyno. Rolo from Central Florida. He flew out here, helped me with the tuning part of it. Got 600. I don't like the number 666.
Yeah, it would have been. I'd be like, can you get one more or one less?
Exactly.
Either
right.
way.
But like I said, with the clutch, we're having some clutch issues. So we didn't have a dog box back then.
Oh, the factory trans. Was,
Yeah. I did have a spool because the differential was really weak on those. And did 666 on the dyno, get it all, while we were like, hell yeah, let's go to the track. I could not get it in gear.
Oh, Jesus.
Waited a couple weeks to get a custom twin disc back then with Clutch Masters. And I don't want to throw this out there, but yeah, we're having some turbo issues. Let me rewind. So we got this.
Yeah, remember, this is live. Be careful.
Yeah. We made 666. By the time we got the clutch back, we decided to test out a new turbo, and it made less. So it threw a monkey wrench in there, and we still ran with 490 horse. We went 10-1 at 142 back in 99.
Jesus.
Yeah. And we were number 2 in the nation. So
That's crazy.
like I said, I was so close. I was always so close to, and just always something,
That's back when they started kind of coming up with the hybrid turbos, or no? Or is that a little later?
No, yeah, that was later.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember those Gretty T70 turbo, T78.
No, I remember when Grady was making a bunch of the turbo stuff.
Yeah.
But all right, so is that where you ended with that car, or?
Yeah. So in around 2002, 2003, kind of went through a bad divorce, and
that was peak. That was peak import, though.
I know, right? So I took a break. And I don't wish divorce on anybody. It kind of
been there, done that.
Yeah, it kind of slowed me down. With that momentum that I had going. And so I took a break, and then 2005, I was talking to Robert from Force Performance, and that's when he's like, "Man, I wish I could afford you," and I'm like, "Dude, what I'm going through right now, I don't care what you pay me. I'm in."
Yeah.
So I worked at Force Performance for about 7 years. And yeah, so I took a break from.
So you were just doing the sales portion there?
Yeah. I was still, working on my own stuff. And, I had an Evo. I bought a brand new Evo in 2006. And I was playing around with it. I was helping friends out with, working on their Evos and stuff. I don't know. I just had this Mitsubishi following, but at the same time, that
Well, it's probably the whole 10-1 thing.
Yeah.
Back then. That might have
Yeah.
helped that following a little bit.
Yeah. So, but like the Evos just kept going and coming and coming.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was doing a little here and there on the side. I would come up to Tulsa because my kids were up here.
Heaton stays right south of the border, right?
Yeah, he was in McKinney,
Okay.
Texas. Yeah, now he's a little up north in Van Alstyne.
Yeah.
So that's what I just kept working on cars, and then 2013, I had the opportunity to come back. My ex-wife
The
decided
opportunity
give
to
me
come back to Tulsa.
She was giving me my house back. Like, who gets
Oh.
that?
Okay. See, you had to word that right. That's an
Yeah,
opportunity.
Yeah. So I was, I got the house back. I was with, close to my kids again. So decided to come back, and I really didn't even want to open a shop again. And Aniel's back, and that's where we took off again. And
So is that where you started building that Evo?
I've had so many,
Really?
I've had every color, just about.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Do you just stick with silver?
No, but this is actually one of my best friends.
Well, the one I saw the video of was silver too.
Yeah, that was my first. Yeah, that was my second Evo. I had a brand. No, I'm sorry. Gosh,
I'm just trying to get one Evo.
Yeah, so that was my first Evo, and then when I moved to Texas, I bought that brand new one. But yeah, that right there on that video that you saw, I was at the track with the new owner. I wanted to show him what it could do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that can't drive.
Oh yeah.
I just got to throw that out there,
Yeah, we don't get a lot of. We get a couple people with manuals that go to the track, but it's not as often for us.
Yeah.
We get mostly automatics, and I could only assume that the automatic and the Mitsubishis isn't great.
No.
Because I think I had an automatic Talon once.
Yeah, no, they don't get, you can't get this.
Yeah, no, I'm saying if you could convert that in there,
Exactly.
it wouldn't help.
Well, yeah, I think their Busher has done.
So somebody's done it. Then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes it a lot more lame though.
Yeah.
I think I'd have to keep the manual. Well, what's so you've had every color Evo there is. What kind of power have you achieved out of these things, and times that you've run with them? So I know you went quite a bit faster than the 10-1 now.
So yeah.
I did my research.
I
did my research.
Yeah. So working at FP, I made a lot of connections, a lot of great people that I met, and I ran into, coming back to Oklahoma, I ran into Tom Powell. He was very known in the Evo community back in 2010. He had what do they call those? Stock frame turbo wrecker. But he was older, so when I came back, he was pretty much retiring the drag racing. So linked up with him, and I'm like, I would love to have your drag car. I don't know if that's possible. But yeah, a couple months later, he called me up. Hey, you ready for this car? I'm like, hell yeah.
Oh shit.
Yes. And that car was like, it was like a dream come true, because everything was just, just done right. Like the roll cage was for,
professionally
like
set up
and all that. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta have this car.
How much does a proper cage in one of these cars really help? Like, so in the street car stuff, like let's say domestic stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
If your cage is set correctly, the car puts the power down a lot better because everything's a lot more rigid. Is that really a thing in these, or not really?
When you're getting in that 1,000 plus, like, and you want to put some good numbers down, but it's like everything, and you got to get serious. Like, it's more than the roll cage. You got to get underneath and
trying to solidify everything.
Oh yeah,
get it all gusseted up.
Yeah.
Because you're leaving them all-wheel drive?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
for sure.
You don't want to keep doing two-wheel drive?
So these are a front wheel drive bias.
Right. Yeah.
they're
It's like
mostly
60-40 or 70-30.
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost 50-50, but yeah, it's like a 60, 60-40.
Well, on a road course, I learned that GTRs are rear wheel bias.
Yeah.
As I slid one out, thinking that the front would grab.
Yeah.
I didn't wreck it,
Yeah,
but it was
it was close.
if there was a wall there, it would have been in it.
Oh wow.
But I think these are a lot better than that. The front pulls, you said, about 50-50. So
these cars, I mean, I've met people with Lambos and an Evo next to it because these things were so ahead of their time. Like, these things they drive like they're on rails.
how strong is the factory all-wheel drive stuff?
So the weak link is on the transfer case.
Really?
Yeah. That's another reason why I got out of it. That's like these transfer cases weren't.
Just don't hold it?
No.
Where do they usually start to fail?
Like horsepower wise, or it's a combination of power and clutch and
Too firm of a clutch can break it.
Yeah, you had got these valves on your clutch.
Yeah, like a slow release.
Exactly, to prevent all that.
I think that's a thing that a lot of people don't realize is over clutching a car is an issue.
Oh,
It definitely is on the GM side for the most part, but now our stuff's getting a little stronger.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
But I know back in the Honda days, it was if you put too much of a clutch, like a twin 6-puck or something like that, you just snap axles all day because that shock, that hit from all that 4-cylinder torque we're making.
So it starts with I guess they're right there. Rear axles are weak and transfer case. That's the two weekest parts of the.
Have they not mitigated the transfer case deal, or?
Well, I mean,
I'm sure they make them all in billet now.
Yeah, there's a guy. I want to say the record right now is like 7.5 at over 200 now.
Christ.
Yeah,
That's wild.
I couldn't keep up with the budget.
Yeah. But so factory car, what they make 4 something or 3
like
something?
bone stock?
Yeah.
They're
Bone stock versus bone stock with the tune.
there's 300 to the flywheel.
Oh, that's it. I thought it was a
Yeah.
little more than that.
No.
They definitely feel like more than that.
Yeah, well, these cars they put the power down very well.
Yeah. So what do people are probably going to be curious, mods, routes to go, because, in the years, just like I do with GM, you kind of learn the path to take, and it's not always the most expensive path. But, what would be, so you just go get an Evo, 9 MR. Which Evo would you pick? Let's start with that.
So the MR originally comes 6-speed, and those are the weak ones. The transmissions are like glass.
I can't win. I can't win.
Yeah. So people do the immediate swap to the 5-speed.
Jesus. Okay. So no Evo 9 MR. So which one? Evo 8, Evo 9, or Evo 10?
Evo 9 is the one to get.
I don't think I could do a 10 because it looks like a pig.
Yeah.
I know people would be
I would
like,
stick with the
why would you
9.
say that? Because they're ugly. It's like they were doing so good. Evo's like, boom. Evo 7 was really cool looking, even though we didn't get it. Assholes. The Evo, 8 was like, what the hell? 9 was just like a cleaned up, nicer version. And then 10, they're just like, cut the front off.
Yeah. I mean, you can still.
Is the 10 not a great platform, or?
They're okay. It's just.
They softened it too much, or?
It's the engine is totally different. It's a 4B11. It's not a 6.3, a 4G anymore. Yeah.
Okay. So, but driveline wise, is it not stronger? Is it not better?
About the same. Yeah.
Okay. So Evo 9.
They're just not made to drag race, like.
Yeah, but neither is a Corvette, but we still do it.
Yeah.
We don't follow, the right thing to do ever. What makes the Evo 9 better than the 8?
So the 9 is the only one that, for that body style from 2003 to 2006 is, actually from, if you want to count the Evo 7, to the all the way to 9, it's the same body style. But the Evo 9 in that body style is the only one that came MyVet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is the variable.
Yeah, but just the intake.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do the
going
exhaust?
back to
Oh, because
so
it's turbo.
the 10 came with 2.
Right, but exhaust valve control gets really hard on turbo stuff, so you end up
Yeah.
having to turn that off pretty much anyways, right?
Well,
Here we go.
Yeah. I was gonna say, going back to that question, how much power and stuff. I was holding some records with my 9, still retaining MyVec and wet block, 1,300 horsepower
Jesus.
and 930 something torque. I held that record for almost 4 years.
That's a lot of torque.
Yeah,
For a 4-cylinder. Yeah, that's a lot.
We were pushing 70 pounds on that one.
You know why?
Why?
Because you moved to Tulsa. Had you been home, that would have been 100.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But so is there a difference maybe in the blocks as well, or because we get like they'll have like a regular cast block, and then like the LSA and LS9 stuff that we have is they call it rotocast.
Yeah.
So I guess where they rotate the casting, it just has less air pockets, less porosity in it.
So from the 7, 8, 9 to the 10 is when it changes to the aluminum block, but the casting was the same.
Yeah, just regular old cast iron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny enough, I have a dune buggy with a 4G61 on it.
Oh wow.
It's not turbo yet, but it's got a standalone that
Heck yeah.
a buddy of mine out there in Puerto Rico built, like this little standalone thing.
Yeah.
I can't think of what the hell he calls it, but anyways, I wired it all up, and I'm like, oh shit, it's got wideband control, closed loop control, and
Awesome.
everything.
Heck yeah.
Because Puerto Rico dune buggies, why not?
Yeah.
But anyways, so when they went to the aluminum block, does that seem like a positive change, negative change, or?
In the beginning, everybody was like, hell no.
Right. Because everybody's used to that iron, but
Yeah.
this is another thing. A lot of this relates,
Yeah.
in the GM stuff. People are like, oh, let's do an iron block. And I'm just like, fuck that 100 pounds.
Exactly.
I don't want that 100 extra pounds.
Yeah.
I can make it with the aluminum block.
Yeah.
So did it actually become a problem?
They've hit sales with that. Yeah. With the.
What about the
4B.
sleeves?
Yeah. No, you got to sleeve them. Yeah.
Even on the iron block stuff, or just
No.
because it's iron, you don't need it?
I didn't, Yeah.
You might have to, but he didn't have to.
Yeah.
So I guess, once you said 1,300, how fast did that car go?
My best ET, I want to say like over 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, 830.
830. Ain't that a bitch? It's
Yeah.
always like that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was having issues with the damn clutch, and I didn't have. I was being hard headed. I'm like, I want to say that I'm driving this car. I didn't have a what do you call that? The
Sequential?
No, I had sequential, but I didn't have the switch. What do you call it? Went blank. The cutoff.
Oh, the force. Where it measures the force.
Yeah,
right?
the little sensor switch that cuts off.
It's basically a watt switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have none of that. I didn't have the clutch switch. None of that. Like.
So you were clutching this thing.
Oh yeah.
Every shift.
Yeah. But I mean, I full throttle, but
Yeah.
I was still clutching it. Yeah.
Jesus.
And my best mile an hour was 181 back then.
That's flying.
Yeah. It felt pretty good.
What does that thing weigh?
I had it down to about 25, 50 with me, without me. Sorry. Yeah. So with me, like.
So 2,300 with you.
No kidding.
Yeah. What ended up going with that car?
Yeah, I just had. Right there at the end, I was having too many issues with this transfer cases. It was just getting a little overwhelming. And but the engine, I had that down. 2 years with the same engine, did not touch it for anything. But yeah, it's just.
You went 2 years without having to mess with the engine?
Yep.
Jeez, I don't know if I can say that.
I think
Well,
I
hers,
had,
hers, but
I
not
had
mine.
4 injectors. Like a lot of people didn't. I had my own
So what fuel?
mix.
Oh,
I was
okay.
cutting it.
Okay.
It was like I was cutting the E100
Okay.
down to around E70 with race fuel.
Why not just go methanol?
Because I wanted to keep the just 4 injectors. I was doing my calculations and
Yeah, and you wouldn't have made it.
exactly.
Well, nowadays they have 2600 and stuff like that now.
Exactly.
But 6 years ago they didn't have that.
Yeah, we were limited. Yeah.
So do you still have that car?
No, it's gone.
Are you gonna build another one?
Well, so after that one, I decided, I want to say, because a lot of people didn't believe that my engines were lasting that long. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to build.
They never will. Doesn't matter what you say.
Exactly. My next goal was to build 1,000 horsepower to the wheels, full street Evo, and I did. But
that's the one that JD was telling me about.
Yeah, actually, that red Camaro that we raced him.
Did you?
Yeah, but it was putting around 900 when he came around. But I'm like, hey, we got this one now.
Oh yeah.
This one's pushing 1,046.
Jesus.
Yeah.
To every tire.
Oh yeah.
That's wild. Obviously, we can't go drive that because it's yeah, you got a lot of deer here.
Yeah,
they just hang out in the road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they're
she had to
dumb.
stop, and they're just like 6 deer
dumb.
hanging out.
Yeah, I hit one for the first time in my life last year with an Evo, with my Evo.
No.
Yes.
Probably didn't go very well for the Evo.
Oh no.
So this one's yours.
No, this is one of my best friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hayden Fox is his name.
Yeah, I always want to try to build a car for a friend because their budget's usually better than my budget. Like, man, you want a really, really badass car?
Yeah.
I'll tell you how to build it. So AP Racing, when did you actually start that? You said 2015 or?
Yeah, 2013.
13.
When I decided to open up again.
And so do you currently want to keep going with that? What do you how does all that work? How do they get a hold of you if they do want an Evo built, or are you still wanting to build them?
Yeah, I mean,
because you guys are few and far between.
Yeah, I work mostly alone. I do have a friend that helps me part time, but I kind of enjoy just being busy enough and not crazy.
That's the best way.
Yeah,
so I don't do it the right way.
Advertise. I don't show off or anything. But by believe it or not, all this that you see is by word of mouth.
I mean, I believe it. I mean, that's the big issue. Is there's a lot of people, unfortunately, that kind of get over on people, and they claim they can do this, and that, and then they hire somebody to do the work for cheap.
Yeah. And
then that person messes it up, and so. That's me. I can't do a shop. I've tried. I've had them. If I'm doing the work, I'm good with it. I feel good about it. The problem is every time you try to hire somebody to help, I usually say about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks, and you start seeing, the laziness comes out or the mistakes come out. And, when it's your name on it, you really don't want to.
Exactly.
You don't want that. You don't want to. And then if you're checking it, and same thing, Wendy always tells me, she's like, you're gonna have to do it anyways.
Yeah.
You might as well do it. But I mean, I think the Evo stuff's really cool. I think it's kind of I don't want to say dying breed, but the Eclipse is an SUV now.
Down, yeah.
They kind of ruined that, huh?
Yeah.
That was depressing.
Yeah.
What about, so did you really mess with any of the GSTs, GSX? Isn't it the same thing, or?
Back in that early 2000 era. I still get calls, hey man, I hear you're the DSM guy. I'm like, man, I haven't seen one of those in a while.
So you just went with the high end EVOs and was
not even, not trying. It just happened. I just went with the flow type deal.
Is the Evo platform better than?
Oh my gosh.
It's not even close.
Yeah, not even close. Yeah, like I said, these things are like, on rails. Like I've seen them, people with a Lambo and an Evo next to it, just because these things are just so.
I remember we went
awesome.
to California, and we met up with this. Where was it? Was it LA or was it San Diego? San Diego, I think. And dude, she had a we made like 9 something on blower.
Yeah.
And then we were spraying like 150, 200 on top of that. This is like
Damn.
a 1100 horsepower car. And
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it's 4,500 pounds. It was full interior. But we ran into this group of EVOs. Dude, we were fucking door to door with every one of them. And we raced them, what, 4 or 5 of those things? Dude,
Wow.
some of the best street racing I think we've ever had, ever.
Wow.
Super cool dudes.
That's awesome.
Like they would shift and you see
Yeah.
they come up and they would shift.
Yeah, they'd start gaining, and then they'd have to shift,
Wow.
and then they'd start gaining, and they'd have to shift. And dude, we were, and we're talking to like, we were talking like 150, 160, 170. I mean, we were getting it. I wasn't letting out. They weren't letting out. One of us was going to blow up.
Wow.
And then,
Awesome.
so that gained a lot of respect for me because I'd already really liked EVOs.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, how long was that? That was probably 6 years ago, 5 years ago, 2018.
Awesome.
7 years ago. So that was 7 years ago. And dude, those cars they were awesome.
Yeah.
So the one with the carbon doors was probably they had gutted that thing out.
Yeah, yeah.
It was there was nothing in the inside, but we did beat all of them.
Awesome.
if you see this video and you were one of those, race the new CTSV. So her new car makes I say new, it's been 5 years now. We've had it. Makes 1400 wheel.
Nice.
So a little faster.
Heck yeah.
Now it's got a 10 speed.
Yeah.
So,
wow.
So that's the thing I think kind of I guess they have dog boxes and sequentials and things like that. So that doesn't really kill the platform at all, does it? The automatic stuff or the manual stuff?
No. Yeah. Well, the sequential it's not as comfortable. It's going to be noisy.
You don't like
notchy.
That? The gear one? Do
they
sound like that?
I like it, but I mean,
are they straight cut gear?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's my shit. I like that.
But if you wanted something quiet, that's not the transmission to go with. To go cruising to the car show.
I don't think I would get in one of these and think that quiet was an option. So we have exhaust valves. I like mine quiet. She likes to rip the exhaust off of it.
Yeah.
So, huh? Yeah. I'm like, dude, we can open the mufflers. And she's like, mufflers? I don't want that shit at all.
Exactly. Those are the mufflers.
So is that kind of where you see yourself from here forward? Is just kind of, doing them as you get them, just...
Yeah. I don't care to be super busy. But I'll work on them. It's just I can do those with my eyes closed.
And you said they've got them going 750s now.
Yeah, over
That's
200 mile an hour.
You can imagine the amount of power that's got to be close to 2,000 horsepower.
Yeah, 18 plus.
Yeah. Are they doing that with a factory block or billet block?
No, billet.
Billet block.
Yeah.
I think the cylinder head. What cylinder head were you running to make that kind of power? When you made 1300, I mean, there's no way that's a factory head.
Yeah.
Stock head.
Well, I mean, with I think back then, 4-piston was helping me out.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I see their stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
They're big on the Honda stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't know they did Mitsubishi. I guess why wouldn't they, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So
but I guess they're more Honda guys. Yeah.
This is going to be kind of a controversial. But why not Subaru?
For me?
Yeah.
I do a little bit of them. I built a.
I thought you were gonna say because you like women.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do have
all the Subaru guys just clocked out.
I know, right? I do have a few customers.
Oh shit! Sorry.
No, you're good.
But what, I mean, because Subarus are definitely like, I mean, they
There's a
blow a
lot
head
more.
gasket no matter what. So
Yeah.
you billet block, it's still blowing the head off of that thing. Is that something you do dabble with, or
I can.
is the head gasket problem fixable or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a buddy that like every time he built that, he probably went through 7 motors, 8 motors in 6 months.
Damn.
Oh yeah, he just blow the head off of it, fix it, blow the head off of it. Bigger studs, blow the head off of it. Every time he tried to turn the boost up a little bit more, and he's like, "You want to take a ride?" I'm like, "Not really, dude." He's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "I don't want to walk home. I really don't." And I know you're gonna get on it. I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
Do you think the Subarus can compete with the Evos or no?
I mean, there's a couple.
I'm talking like in like Subaru engine stuff, not like billet this, billet that. Like
they all know that Mitch is better, right? Yeah.
Did they know that, or are you just saying
that?
that?
I actually had a couple where they converted from they sold their Subarus to buy EVOs.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
See, I'm like a 04 Bug Eye kind of fan too,
Yeah.
but I still don't like it more than the Evo. And I like the interior on the Evo a lot better.
Yeah.
Like it just seemed, I don't know, it just seemed nicer to me.
Yeah.
But they're still just too damn expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, Go Hard Street Racing, strain gauge. That's what it
The
was.
strain gauge, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like we kind of covered that. We'll do a little bit of Q&A. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't died yet, so that's good. But yeah, do a little bit of Q&A with everybody, kind of answer some questions. What? He told us what his plans for the future were. Oh, he wants to build them one at a time as they come, doing it the right way, not half-assing stuff. You know, that's kind of what we all want. But I think a big issue is people don't realize, like I kind of said, we don't realize how much stuff costs.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, to build a car, you know, like I only speak, you know, Corvette because it's what I know, right? But to build a Corvette to make 1,000 reliably that you can consistently beat on it, like you're like $50,000-$60,000, and that's kind of getting you in the door.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
and it just keeps adding from there.
What would a reliable 1,000 horsepower, or is that even a thing? Reliable 1,000 should be.
So
well, I guess so. You did it for 2 years.
Well,
that's reliable.
So I you know, I say that, you know, my engines at least, you know, because maybe it's because I'm driving it, I know what I'm doing.
You're not.
Once the you know 1,000 horsepower rolls out of here, I have no control of what could happen out there, you know, and that's another thing that people need to like keep in mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, shit breaks
4 times the horsepower. You know,
that they came with, right?
Exactly. So,
yeah, we're just merely doubling.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And we have pretty good success with it, but I mean, when you're doing 1,000 horsepower, I mean, you're changing axles, you're changing transfer case. Are you able to make like, you know, a pretty good bit of it?
Believe it or not, I've done a couple stock transmissions. Not
an Evo 9 MR, obviously.
No.
Yeah,
not the
thanks
MR,
for
not
ruining
the
that
6-speed.
fucking dream.
Yeah.
You know, if I got one, it'd have to make 1,000.
Yeah.
I'd say I'd leave it stock, but I just don't. I just know better, and it's like you just kind of, you know, I got a rep to maintain.
And that's another thing that just nowadays everything, even from the factory, you're getting some ridiculous cars out there, and
oh yeah.
Like, just to keep up.
The horsepower wars have gone crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what does an Evo weigh, like normally?
33.
So see, you already kind of start off with a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're like 38 to like 44 for most cars.
Wow.
They're pretty heavy. Like even my Vet is 3,600, 3,800 with me in it. You know, on a day that I didn't stop by and eat at a Chinese buffet.
Yeah,
but
heavy.
I guess let's grab a couple questions, just see if we have any, and then I know this is a little off kilter for some of you guys because you're used to here for the GM stuff, so we'll answer some of that as well. But I wanted to kind of get the story because I was more interested than anything. And you guys get to tag along. That's all there is to it. What is this? Where's this at? Instagram? Okay. If you're on Facebook or Instagram and you want to ask a question, please go to the Tuned In with JWT on YouTube. That way we can do something like this and pull the question up. Boom. And that way I can answer the question. Everybody kind of knows what I'm talking about, but I'll do this one anyways. Wyatt, I don't want to mess that up. Karam, pretty broad question, but did he tune a silver Evo in Dallas in like 2016?
2016, way back then. I mean, unless they brought it up here, there's so many Evos. I would have to be more specific.
Yeah. Try harder, Wyatt, and we'll answer. But ask the question over there on YouTube. All right. Have you ever seen the movie Thunderbolt with Jackie Chan? I think he had an Evo. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Jackie Chan is an Evo guy. Yeah.
So this is where you guys are doing the podcast. Yeah. And you were supposed to hit me up. I thought we were supposed to chat. What's up? Let's see. How's Tulsa besides the cold? What else is there here? What else is there here?
There's a lot of fast cars out there.
But it's so cold you can't do anything.
Well, just for
if not, what if you get
6
160 and that fucking 40-mile-an-hour wind hits you?
I know, right?
That shit is crazy. Why do you have so much wind? We live by the ocean and don't have that much
I
wind.
know.
We wanted to step out of the hotel this morning. It was blowing our suitcase off the rack.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
I mean, it's not common to have, so many days straight with this stuff,
Yeah, so it's more kind of variable weather. What's your
Yeah.
race season look like out here? Like, how often do you get? A couple months, 6 months, what?
Yeah, about 5 months or so.
5 months solid. And do the track shut down when it gets pretty cold?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Where do y'all race out here? Thunder Valley or
Tulsa.
where's that at?
Yeah.
Huh?
mhm. Tulsa Raceway.
Tulsa Raceway. Okay.
Mhm.
But for me, I'm freezing my ass off. I don't want to do anything. I just wanted to hang out, talk to car people,
Heck yeah.
and go back south. And then Tuesday, go far south. Back to the equator. Can you name the top 2 tuning options for Mitsubishi? Company name and or tuners.
So what again? Top 2 tuning options. So Hall Tech or like ECU
Like companies,
or-
like people to do tuning for them, or tuners that you would suggest for them.
So well, actually, I needed to give a shout out to
Yeah,
my tuner.
do it. Give it out.
My I call him my right hand man. Like he's right there with me. We hold breakers together. Carlos, CP Motorsports in Houston.
CP Motorsports.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I've heard of that before.
He's
I've
pretty known.
Yeah, that's
I
probably
would
why.
assume, yeah.
And does he do mostly Hall Tech, or
Yeah, he's a Hall Tech master.
so you stick with Hall Tech?
Well, we can tune others.
What other computer would you use?
Yeah, our favorite is Hall Tech.
What about Motec?
It's people don't want to spend that money. it's another
Why is it
level.
like that? That's something that drives me nuts. It's
Yeah.
like I want Motec, and it's not that I don't want to spend the money; it's that I don't have the money to spend it.
Yeah.
But if I did, I would absolutely do it, because the things that I don't skimp on is tuning and fueling.
Yeah.
And that's the 2 things that you would never want to skimp on. But I guess if you're getting it done with the Hall Tech, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Well, that wasn't me. But is that the same thing? Is it just Hall Tech covers all of your needs?
So yeah, for the higher horsepower, for like mild, to medium builds, we're just doing stock ECU. They do very well.
What tuning software do you use with the stock ECU?
ECU Flash.
ECU Flash. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm currently moving the heater because I'm freezing.
It keeps dropping.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, I messed it up. All right. ECU Flash. So that's just check this out. Boom. If my balls catch on fire. So the stock ECU can handle pretty.
Yeah, we've made 1,000 pretty much with the stock ECU, but like,
What's the resolution on that? Is that not sketchy, or?
it's not bad.
So like we can make like say
But-
1,1500 pretty easily with stock ECU,
Yeah.
but we start running into like a resolution issue, and if it glitches, is
Well,
done for.
That's the thing. Yeah, the safety.
You have no safety aspect. No,
so
right. Okay, so I could see that.
I don't suggest it, doing crazy power with a stock ECU. You can, but I don't suggest it.
All right, so that's what we're doing. If you want an Evo to go really fast, you call CP Tuning down in Houston, and get a Haltech.
Haltech.
What turbos have you used to make 4 digits?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll start with where I used to work.
I was gonna say, I'm hoping he says Force Performance, guys. I'm hoping like you're hoping.
Yeah, I had a Zona rotor on that 1,000 horsepower street setup.
That's what she's got.
Awesome.
Shout out to Robert at Force Performance, which we're hoping to go. Like I said, we're hoping to go stop by and talk to him on the way down.
Yeah.
But she's got Zona rotors on the
Awesome.
CTSV.
Awesome.
We haven't really unleashed those things yet, so I'm excited.
He's got the CTSV wagon. I think he still has it.
He would have his V wagon.
Yeah.
He would. Yeah. But what specific turbo would you need to get that kind of power out of an Evo?
I mean, there are so many options. Check out.
What's your tried and true?
Huh?
What's your tried and true option that you would start with?
Well,
I'm still trying to cover up better.
On my drag car, I did have the precision. The 70, 76, 75. Yeah.
Okay.
That we made 1,300 horsepower with that one.
And then
on my street one, I went with the Zona.
What's on that one?
60, the brand new 6670, their next gen.
Okay.
It was supposed to be the quickest spooling, like 1,100 horsepower turbo.
That was a big difference from the regular to the next gen turbos, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't like a small update.
Yeah.
Everybody we've talked to, they were like, man, that next gen was something else. We weren't ready for that.
Yeah.
They weren't fuel system ready for that shit.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Mr. Hurd, are we talking about remote tuning for Evos? Yes, no? If you do, does he do remote tuning for the Evo stuff, or do you guys do it?
Picky.
As he should be.
Yeah. We work very well together. That's why it's like he's kind of stuck with me, but I mean, he will work with.
Well, is that something? What if somebody wanted you to do the mods, and then you would just remote tune with him, or he comes up here, or how does that work?
Yeah, I like to have him here so we can go over. I mean, 90% of the cars that come here for tuning are not ready. I always find something.
That's everywhere.
Oh,
I love how much similarity there is to this. I'd say 90% of the cars we go to tune are like, we get on the dyno. We just did it. We went to go do a car that I've been tuning. It's been doing great.
Yeah.
They put it back together. We go to the dyno. The bricks are leaking into the end of the motor.
Oh,
make a pull,
gosh.
and it's missing. I'm like, oh no, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Pull the plug out and there's water.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, that's not good. Is that coolant?
Yeah.
But now the intercooler bricks were leaking, so it's always something.
Oh,
So I guess having it in person would be pretty beneficial.
Oh yeah.
Funny, talking about bricks leaking. That's him.
Yeah.
I've been on Instagram this whole time. Chat, am I cooked? No, you can ask again. We're here for you, bud. Bro, you don't want that smoke. I promise you. You see it?
Next comment.
See what he said? What?
See what I said?
Oh, here we go. There we go. So yeah, the Escalade is on E85, and it's pretty hot timing in it. And
Oh, nice.
yeah, you twin turbo 6-cylinder Raptors better be on watch out. Maybe not a TRX, but you never know. When's the buy? I do have a Milwaukee heated jacket. I didn't bring it because I didn't expect it to be this cold. Jesus. Sorry, Camaro. Okay, that was for me. My bad.
If you would have been here yesterday, it wasn't this cold.
Yeah, it was. It was raining.
Well, but I didn't think it was this cold. It was a little warmer.
The window was really
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind is what made it so much worse. But no, Mr. Hurd, for Camaro remote tuning, you would just hit me up. We'll go back to the actual question. Explain the process of remote tuning, what it would need. So for us, the remote tuning, because remote tuning is kind of big for us.
Mhm.
Luckily, we can log hundreds of parameters and we can see everything that's going on. And I've worked on enough of these things that I'm like, oh, okay, that's not right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically you would need an HP tuner and a wideband. HP tuner MPVI 3, the wideband AEM is just a good option there. And then just go to justinwhitetune.setmore.com and book an appointment. And from there, I can walk you through it. We also have a video, right? It's uploaded on our page. Video of how to do the tuning.
Our old video.
Yeah. We re-uploaded one of our old videos. The first 5 minutes kind of walks you through the remote tuning process. So just follow that. All right. I didn't expect us to have a lot of Evo questions, so we'll see. Okay. Anyways, do you have anything else, or are we going back to him? So you just fly CP up here?
No, we do it remotely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you still do it remote. You just, you're
But
saying you like to have him in, you like to cut the car on hand.
Exactly.
Okay.
If
I thought
there's
you meant
any
him on
issues-
hand. I'm like,
no, if there's any issues, I'm here,
yeah.
I know the basics. I just let him do the power, the tunes.
Do they, are they wideband cars or?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Hall Tech is obviously.
Exactly. Yeah.
With factory computer.
Yeah, we just use a regular.
Okay.
AM
Right. So they don't have
or-
a factory. That's what I
No.
meant. Okay. Yeah. We don't
The
either.
Subarus do.
Damn. See, that looks like that would have been an advantage.
Yeah,
The Mustangs do, but I just don't want to drive a Mustang.
I hear you.
So I guess there's that. I know I have a Mustang, but that's not what we're talking about. Oh man. Huh? Yeah. So we're trying to figure out what power plant to put. We have a 2012 Mustang out there in Puerto Rico. So it's a
awesome.
V6 car,
Yeah.
but it's a solid axle car, so it's a good
Okay.
chassis to start with. And
Nice.
We're-
Yeah.
yeah. Because there's too many people here in the States that need their ass drug. So, Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your take on electric stuff? Do you hate it or what?
It's funny when it started getting popular, and I was like, the electric stuff was hitting its peak. I was already knew in the back of my mind. I'm like, I think I'm about to call it quits on this drag car. I did look into throwing some like twin motors, just for the hell of it. And then I started,
So like hybrid style?
just some Tesla, motors, all-wheel drive and everything. And I started, doing
They're doing
more
it in
and more
Civics.
research, and it was a little too expensive for my taste. I'm like,
It's getting better. Have you seen Rywire's Civics?
I haven't.
He's
no.
got a I think it's an EG, might be an EK. I think it's an EG.
Okay.
But yeah, he's got one that's I think front wheel drive and one that's all wheel drive.
Wow.
And they're like, people give them shit. They're like, oh, the range. Like, who the fuck cares about the range, bro? We're just trying to do something cool and fast.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think I'm not a big like full electric fan. I'm like, it's kind of, it's all right. I like the hybrid stuff though, because then you got that long ass range, right?
Yeah.
But you've also got the sound.
For sure.
So you get your sound and you get the front wheel. Like we have the E-Ray now, the C8.
Yeah.
It has the front motors that make
yeah.
like 100 something horsepower, whatever, and then 400 in the back.
Yeah.
So
That's
what's
awesome.
crazy is that GM has made it to where it runs independent, so you
Yeah.
can make whatever power you want back here and it still works fine.
Wow.
Where I know a lot of people were saying that NSX was having issues with that, and
Yeah.
I think they say they got past it, but I don't think they really got past it without some
Yeah.
crazy expensive stuff.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, a lot of
videos of that Mustang, that full electric one.
it's cool, but like, be honest, if you were to ever go to a drag race event and it was a bunch of electric
Yeah,
cars,
that's
would you
true.
watch it?
Yeah.
See, I have to be real about that. Like we have Teslas on the island. I've got a little Model 3. She's got a X Plaid,
Yeah.
which is super cool for the island.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would ever go to like a full electric race. So I feel like I'm
I
stuck
hear
on
you.
that.
Yeah.
But I am excited to see the hybrid stuff come into the gas world as well.
Yeah.
And it seems like maybe they're going to stop pushing the electric, because they've kind of made the electric stuff seem evil,
Yeah.
because they're forcing people to buy electric
Yeah,
cars and
yeah.
like, this shit ain't ready. The the grid's not ready for that.
Exactly. That's
So-
exactly what I say.
That's the big issue. I think why people started hating it. But
Ready.
yeah. Now they're not going to really push it as much. But
I like seeing them. Not a lot. I would look a full one of just that, but I think it's very fun that they're there.
it's fun to see them there. But if it was all electric,
Dude, that would be
only electric cars, that's what I'm saying. That would be lame. I'm really surprised they haven't done like electric burnout cars. You know, like they do those burnout pits and stuff
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that with an electric car?
I
That
know,
instant
right?
torque,
Yeah,
dude.
instant torque. Yeah.
Probably because the tires wouldn't last. Oh, is that for you?
Oh,
No, I can't say it.
in Spanish? Where?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my uncle.
Is it?
Yeah.
Tell us what he said. We don't know.
It's just saying God bless you. That's my
Oh,
my
yeah.
nephew. Yeah.
Is he still on the island?
Yeah. He
Lucky.
wants me
I
to.
bet it's nice and warm there, huh?
Oh yeah.
I'll find out Tuesday evening when I get back. We got Muscle Mania coming up, which is the big, the USDM guys.
Yeah.
And then we got a half mile on the 30th.
Awesome.
So you need to come up there and visit.
I know. I need
Or down
to.
there. Come down there and visit.
Heck yeah.
I mean, you got people to go talk to.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
I'm nice and warm now, finally.
I can see your breath. Yeah.
I went to Pennsylvania and filmed with
Oh,
a buddy
man.
Yaz, and we were next to a fire and I was still dying.
Oh man, I can imagine.
So yeah, it wasn't super cool.
Yeah.
Somebody else in Spanish? I almost know half of those words. Then how's he doing in Spanish? You don't know Spanish?
Yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Haha. He's 11. We're trying to learn Spanish. We're not good at it yet, which makes the language barrier. It's a little difficult, but the people are so nice and everybody tries to work with you.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah, for
somebody's like,
sure.
oh, let me help you. I can tell that you don't know what the hell you're doing here. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Huh?
Thank you.
I appreciate the time, and
Likewise.
it's really cool to kind of sit down with you and kind of get this out there. If anybody does want to reach out to you and you do maybe want to do something, how do they get a hold of you?
So I actually got lucky and I locked on facebook.com/AP Racing. That's
Huh?
me. Yeah, I got lucky.
Does that work? Do we have that?
Yeah.
Okay, so facebook.com/AP Racing.
Yep.
Is that the best place to get a hold of you? Through
Um,
Messenger or Instagram or any of that?
Instagram is Aniel at AP Racing.
And for you, for you people that don't know Spanish, how do you spell that? The first name?
Aniel. It's right there, right?
So Aniel.
Yeah.
Aniel. Where's that? I know. Anyways, all right. This will let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you guys like this, we can do more things like this. I thought it was a little different. I kind of liked it. So tune in next time. And again, thank you, man.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you for
Hopefully we'll
coming
see you
on.
on the island.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. That'll be it. I'm going to my truck that's warm. All right. Look, we just got this Mac and I'm